Back here with Can We Talk. Now, that last segment was kind of interesting. We talked about something a little controversial going on in America currently. However, this next topic stems specifically from Florida. Marissa Alexander, out of 31-year-old woman out of Florida, says that 1020 life, that law or rule, I believe, implemented in 1999, aimed to lower violent crime rate. 10 years for showing a gun, 20 years if the gun is fired, and 25 to life if the gun is fired and it actually hits and wounds someone. So what happened in this instance was Marissa and her husband had an argument. She felt threatened. She pulled out a gun. Story changes when says if she put children in danger. They had three children. She fired the gun with the children in the house. Then it goes on to say that she went for the stand your ground law, and based on the jury, they decided in 12 minutes that she was guilty. So, question is, did the jury make the right decision?
This is an absolute injustice, for sure. Why? Because I like how you plugged in where it was at, Florida. What happened in Florida a little over a year ago, I guess, year and a half ago? The Zimmerman thing with the Trayvon Martin.
Yes.
How is it that he shoots and kills somebody, gets away with that same law? She fires a warning shot. Nobody is injured, like you said, Sue. I don't even understand how she gets minimum 20-year sentence. Like that to me, these laws contradict each other, and basically because the jury decided in 12 minutes, they're basically saying, well, by the letter of the law, quote unquote, she's guilty. Not is the law suspect at all? Does it make sense at all? It doesn't. This is totally injustice.
And coming from that standpoint of the Zimmerman case, this is somebody who she was intimately involved with. So she had to feel threatened to, in my opinion, she had to feel threatened in order to, want to fire a shot off. Not only that, she fired a shot off as a warning shot, and she gets 20 years, right? 20 years.
Yeah,
20
ridiculous.
years.
Now, was this purely a warning shot, or because of the fact that she felt threatened, she felt the need to take action, and in her case, well, you would think, luckily missed.
Yeah, well, he luckily missed, but coming from allegations of, different articles that I have read through, some say that, he's been known to be abusive. So if you're known to be abusive and you put me in a situation where I feel threatened, then you lucky I'm firing off a warning shot and not actually popping.
Exactly, and she actually had a restraining order against him. So I feel like in that instance, there would be some sort, like that should have been taken into consideration as well. The fact that she shot just a warning shot. Like, I feel like the jury didn't do their job when it comes to like these two laws, as Steve said, contradicting themselves. And how did Trayvon Martin or George Zimmerman?
He got off totally, and he murdered somebody.
He showed the gun, he shot the gun, he wounded the gun. That's 25 to life right there.
And furthermore, he's outside. He's in a public area. So even if you're saying, okay, hypothetically, she's putting kids in danger, 3 kids and an adult. That's 4 people total. And you're out in public with a total stranger. How can anything? How can you, like Ty said, you don't have any intimate relationship with that person. You don't know them. How can you really be threatened? He was, he's just a kid, and you're out in public. You could have shot anybody that was out there.
And even with that, like, you had every opportunity to shoot him in the arm, leg, if you felt the need to shoot the man at all.
Exactly.
But you killed him. Like, you were shooting to kill.
No life.
So do we feel that the jury was unfair due to racial circumstances?
I feel as though it's a case.
A racial mindset?
I feel as though it's the law being bent to fit certain situations. That's what me personally, I feel is with the 10-20 law. Because like I said, if that's the case, then like he said,
I agree.
he should have got the 10, he should have got the 20, and he should have got the 25 for firing off the shot. There's no reason why Zimmerman should not have any type of charges.
And I don't want to just jump all the way to race, as I know that could be a factor because she was black, and I don't even know what George Zimmerman was. But like, you don't know what the jury was, you don't know what the judge is like.
We don't know all those dynamics.
We
don't know all the dynamics.
Very
I
good
do
point.
think, like Ty said, it was some sort of injustice.
Now, in terms of Marissa Alexander, we were looking at HuffingtonPost.com. and that's where we got a lot of the information. I know, Ty, you quoted some stuff from chocolatecity.com.
Yeah.
But moving on from there, looking at the Trayvon Martin instance, is it necessarily, are you saying that because someone was shot and killed, that the punishment for for George Zimmerman should have been much stiffer, or because of the fact that due to the law that we're given?
Yeah, if that's what the law says,
definitely.
if that's what the law says, I should get 10 years for showing my gun, 20 years for firing a gun off, 25 years for shooting it. He did all that. He showed it.
And he killed a man.
Now,
and he
is
shot
Marissa wrong for what she did due to the fact that she felt threatened?
By the law, she is, because technically what they're saying is if you're going to shoot somebody, you can be licensed to
But
have
do you
a
think the
gun.
law is right?
No, I don't think the law is right. And what I'm saying is what they're saying by this law is that you can, get your license. You can be licensed to carry. You can have the gun. But as soon as you show somebody you're going to shoot them, that's what the crime is. So basically, she should have just, when he's walking out the room, shoot him, walk out the house, and then that's the end of the argument.
So do we think that George Zimmerman is wrong for what he did? Because we're saying Marissa Alexander was right for what she did.
Like
I
he
wasn't
was
there
wrong and the
personally.
law is wrong. That's how I feel.
I don't think he
But
was
Marissa
necessarily
was right.
wrong. No. I don't even think he's necessarily wrong. I think the point of the matter was George Zimmerman shot to kill. George Zimmerman was profiling someone in a hoodie.
Yeah.
And automatically jumped to a conclusion that he was going to harm him.
Yeah.
The stand your ground law said that you can protect yourself, but you don't need to kill somebody to protect yourself.
Right. Whereas Marissa, she knows this man is crazy. He's choked me. He's done stuff in the past. So I know what he can do. I know what he will do.
And he
So
could
in
do it
order,
again.
and he could do it again.
Can people change?
So and yes, people can change. But I mean, how many times does a zebra change his stripes?
You can say that
Well,
about
the only
George
thing I'm saying
Zimmerman.
is it seems within both cases, there's an opportunity for almost, do I want to say reasonable doubt? So the only issue that I have is that we attacked George Zimmerman and saying that he did this, he did that. But, I mean, do we ever really talk about what Trayvon Martin was doing? Do we actually know what he was doing? Did George Zimmerman actually truly feel threatened?
We
I
know
don't
what
think
the
so.
media. We know what the
I-
media
I-
wants
I
us
Because of
to
the
agree.
know.
fact that we don't know, can we say in one breath, Marissa Alexander was okay for what she did, but George Zimmerman was
It's
wrong?
not about
By
being
the
okay
law.
or not okay, but the laws
By the
are
law.
saying
The
that-
law is the law.
Exactly. So George Zimmerman is out. Like, he's free to do whatever he wants to do in
Yeah.
life, and he killed somebody. He showed the gun. He shot the gun. He wounded the person.
He
He's
killed
supposed
him.
to get 25
Yeah.
to life, but he didn't. He's out.
Wow.
And
Listen,
the
this
girl
is-
who did the same exact thing, she's serving her sentence.
and
So if
didn't
you're
do
saying that
any
what
of
she
things.
did according to that law was wrong, he needs to do his part too.
I don't totally disagree with where Jeff is coming from, because from the standpoint, we don't have all the facts. We weren't there. We don't know what Trayvon Martin allegedly did. However, first of all, this is a grown man. What real threat does a teenager present to a grown man with a gun?
And Steve,
I don't think
if you
he.
can
I
close,
don't think
we got about
anything-
10 seconds, so can you close that real quick?
He successfully killed him. He wanted to kill him and he did. So I'm looking at that, the intent.
Okay, well, check it out. On a much lighter note, the next person that we have as our On the Rise guest is a personal friend of mine. Very funny. You guys might learn a lot from him. Check it out, and we'll be right back here.